Hello all, good morning. Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for attending this DraftSight webinar. Myself, Dhanush KS, I'm an application engineer here at Beacon, Bangalore. So this session is regarding about DraftSight, your complete 2D CAD solution. So the session will be around 45 minutes, followed by 15 minutes Q&A round. So let's get started. So before going to start the demonstration, just I'll give an overview of who I'm representing. I'm representing an organization called Best Engineering Aids and Consultancies Private Limited, known as Beacon. So our organization was founded by Mr. Varakumar in the year 2002, and we've been located, means headquarters is located in Bangalore, India, in Jayanagar, and we have branch offices across India. So we have around 8 branch offices across the country, and our organizational competency is in design, manufacturing and automation field. So we have around 250 plus employees, and we are catering our solutions to 4500 plus customers. It might be like medium, large and small scale industries. So we are tier 1 SolidWorks and DraftSight resellers for the Dassault Systems India. So let's get started. What is DraftSight? So DraftSight is a 2D CAD tool, drafting for 2D CAD designs and collaborations. DraftSight offers best-in-class CAD solutions that are rich in features and capabilities. Can create, edit, view and mark up any 2D or 3D DWG files with a strong catalog of commands and tools. And it is trusted by millions of designers spread across many industries and applications. We offer a strong portfolio of different editions of DraftSight will be seen at the end of this particular session, with all the features and interoperability will be available. So today's agenda is like I'll walk you through and this is an hands-on DraftSight session. I'll give you an overview of what exactly the DraftSight user interface looks, what and all the capabilities of DraftSight as like power tools, annotations, mechanical toolbox, productivity tools, and nevertheless 3D modeling and constraint options. So without further delay, let's get started to hands-on DraftSight session. So you can notice this is the DraftSight user interface. So it looks familiar, but it has variety of widely used features. So I'll give you a walkthrough. So with this icon, you can open or create a new DWG drawings, or you can select based on your templates created. It supports .dwt format also, and it provides 3 different workspace like 3D modeling, classical workspace where all the ribbons will be floated across the workspace, or we do have the drafting and annotations. So it is like ribbon kind of environment. So there is an quick access toolbar. You can customize according to your needs, like frequently used tools you can attach to this particular toolbar. So this is the title bar where it shows what is the version of DraftSight you're using and where exactly the file currently what you're using is saved. So you'll see the file name, version name, and where exactly the file saved, means file locations also you can see. So DraftSight shares the DNA of SolidWorks. So it has a like command manager tab, ribbon kinds of things, and it has been neatly categorized according to the workflow of individual items. Say for example, draw toolbars consist of all the drawing related tools like creation methods. The modify related tools consist of all the modification related options and all. So whereas like if like a dedicated set of tabs are available, within that there are different tabs. Let's say for example layers, all the options related to layers are categorized into one particular ribbon here. So this is an the user coordinate systems. You can create your own coordinate system as well. So this is an infinite workspace where you'll be creating like a model space, and we do have an paper space also, where like a sheet space or a layout space you can define the layout. Or for example, if you're taking a print on A4 or A3, you can define the sheet here, and like you can position the particular view orientations according to that sheet size. So we do offer, like DraftSight offer 2 different working methodologies. One is model space, second one is layout space as well. And down the below there is a command window, means like as I told you, DraftSight shares a familiar user interface with ACAD solutions available in the market, and it has the alias also same, means like the shortcut commands what you've been using, or It is similar here also. Say for example, I want to activate the fillet, it will show all the results and all the options are available in the command window. Here we can select or we can define more options from that one. So then we do have, when it comes to 2D drawings, it is very necessary for creating alignments for our next drawings or creation of the grids kind of things and all, or the selection of midpoints or the tangent points, endpoints of the lines and all. So we do have a status bar at the bottom of this user interface where we can access the ortho mode, the polar mode, entity snaps, object snaps options, C-track methodologies, dynamic input mode. Those options and all we can activate with the status bar option. So towards the right side of the screen, we have one property tab where we can select, say for example, when I select any particular entity over here, it will highlight me on which particular layer it has been saved, what is the line thickness, line weight, and other all general information. Or when it comes to geometry, it will represents the XYZ coordinate systems, what is the length of that one, and all the other options. It is completely dynamic. And the best part here, as I like when we select a particular entity, right away we can choose to which layer this particular entity should go, or we can define all the options. Like as I told you earlier, it shares DraftSight DNA, so means SolidWorks DNA. We do have a cursor tab also, means mouse gestures, frequently used commands can be allocated to your fingertips. Just right away when we drag, the command gets activated and we can able to make use of. So this was the generic opening of DraftSight user interface. Now let me walk you through what and all the key capabilities the DraftSight holds. So the number one is the image tracer. Say for example, you got an image. It might be a logo or it might be an image kind of thing. We do have an option called image tracer where you can select what type of image it is. It might be a curved image, floor plan, logo with multiple colors. Just we need to create a selection around it, and we can define whether it is automatically it gets captured, converted, means in image gets converted to DWG entity with this particular technology. We can define what type of geometry it is, and we can define like transparency control, those and options and all, it will be available. So let me show you. In the back end it gets captured and it will be completed for us. So it's not only limited to this, even the complicated images, something like this can also be converted to DWG entity, even the gear profiles. So it will take some time, and but you will eventually it gets converted to DWG entity where you can select and reuse for further modifications. It gets converted to line, arc or spline modules. So this is a tool I want to highlight here, that is called image tracer. It might be a logo, floor plans or a drawing, something like this. If you wish to convert to workable DWG entity like line, arcs and splines, you can do with the DraftSight modeling. So let me go to another key capability of DraftSight, that is G-code generator. So yes, you heard me right, the DraftSight offers a G-code generator in the 2D format. So just we need to select the entity and click generate, where we can define the preamble, like before generating the tool path, the coordinate systems. It gets captured from the global coordinate system, where we can fine tune to user coordinate system as well. We can write preamble, we can write postscripts, and we can specify what type of unit system it should follow, whether it is or which type of methodology it should follow, whether it is absolute coordinate system, relative coordinate system. And post to that we can specify the retraction and feed rate for safe removal of these direction tool. So we can specify those informations, and when we click generate, automatically it will create, it extracts the coordinate system for us, and we can the output file will be in text file format, and where we can use that for our operations, and we can fine tune that the line numbers and all. So likewise it will be created. Let me show you that. So this is the output file, it will be created, so where we can make use of for further usage in your CNC machines. So that was about the G code generator. So like if you have any doubts, you can post your queries in the chat box and the questions. At the last of this session, we will have a dedicated portion where we will discuss on the aspects of what and all in your doubts. So that was about the G code options. So now let me, when I talked about a 2D CAD environment, a DWG, it will be widely used across different industry verticals for various purposes. It might be for laser cutting or for nesting or creating the orthographic drawings for manufacturing ready and all. So the most important factor is the annotation tab. So the DraftSight offers variety of tools where you will experience, like the most of the time, generating the detailed drawings or giving the annotations or dimensions to your views, or it is a time consuming process. So DraftSight offers variety of tools to make this process very easy, starting with a smart dimension. So just particularly with respect to this tool, it analyzes what type of geometry we select and it will give you me the results. It might be an aligned line, it will show me an parallel dimension. When I move the cursor down, I'll get the horizontal one, vertical one. I can define what type of element I want, or with the same tool I can get the angular dimensions. It might be inward angle or it might be outward angle. It recognizes arc as the radius, circle as the diameter. So like this we can fine tune to more extent. So with this single selection of the smart dimension, I can, without changing to different dimension schemes, I can do this one. And the best part around this is still it will take couple of clicks. Even we do have an automatic dimension, just we need to create a bounding box. Say for example, I want a entire dimensions to be done for this particular box what I showed here. Just a button of click and the dimensions will be highlighted. I'll just show you. With a single click of a button we will get the dimensions, and we can fine tune, like we have around lines, circle is one, arc is one. If you don't want arc to be dimension, we can delete that. And we do have an option for schemes, like whether we want continuate dimension scheme or we want an ordinate dimension scheme. We can choose that and we can apply. So like this we can make use of our dimension process or time consuming wins, like what we spend on creating this, we can use that with the help of these two options. Furthermore, we have an option, say for example, if you want to specify any tolerances or a limits and all. So with a single, there will be a dedicated notes associated to particular dimensions where we can specify what type of tolerances we want to specify, whether it is a symmetrical one, deviation, or a limits tolerance. We can able to specify those options as well. So it is very easy, no need to create any type of notes apart from this and all. So within this we can specify all the informations, like we can control its tolerance of precisions or the whole number precisions. We can do have for inspection drawing kind of parentheses we can add. And we can save like there is an if you want to specify any text on top of that, bottom of that prefix to suffix, we can add that one. So this makes very convenient for a drafting means like for a draftsman to create these kinds of information with a single click of a button. So no need to, like generally what we'll do, we'll use a note and we will attach to this particular main dimensions. So here it is, everything is connected to each other. So apart from this, the DraftSight as all, like you can create the tolerances. So just by enabling that, it has a particular dedicated window where we can choose what type of tolerance symbol we want, and we can specify all the information and it will be attached to the dimensions or to the particular leader. On top of that, we have leader options, table options, creation of tables, creating the cloud or revisions to the particular portion of our engineering data. We can do those options as well. But I'll show you one more cool feature that is available in DraftSight where we can ease that process. So the concept what I'm talking about is mechanical toolbox. See, in DraftSight we have an option called toolbox. So with this example, say for example you are using a certain country standards, where is an asymmetric ISO standard, DIN GIS standards, can just enable that. When we dealing with the DraftSight or in 2D CAD or DWG file based, we'll be using lot of layer schemes and all. So here there is, with this option enabled, that is mechanical toolbox, we can predefine the layer. Say for example, whenever you create a center mark, or whenever you create an hole or an edge in the DWG particular model, it will be allocated to one particular layer, and we can predefine them and we can save it as a template. So no need to manually add those in the layer or switch between the layers and all. So this is an essential tool where you can again reduce the time for organizing your layers, can be done with very much ease with this process. It comes with the DraftSight entities like line, polyline, circles, dimensions, or center lines, center marks, center lines, ashes and all. And there is a dedicated toolbox like SolidWorks or a Fastener library. We do have a complete library for fasteners, holes, revision symbols and all. So again, whenever we add in the drawing, we can predefine them to the particular layer, and we can specify what type of properties we want to assign to that layer, like line color, line style, line weight, those options and all, we can predefine them. Say for example, there is an bearing block assembly, we need to provide a screw connection to this. So usually we will create these bolts and we will attach here. So unlike here, we do have a dedicated set of options. Say for example, in this case I've chosen screw connections, where you can choose what type of standard here and what type of entity you want, whether you want a button type, flatted, X bolt, socketed cap screw, those kinds of options you will obtain here, and size corresponding to that we can able to select. And we can fine tune for more informations, like say for example, thread, whether we want a schematic thread, detailed thread, or a profile, kind of different options we do get now within the DraftSight, this one, so that we can fine tune that. Say for example, I don't know what is the fastener length to be, so there is an material thickness calculator. I just need to select from this point to this point is the material will be filled, so that on top of that it should be more than like 40-50 we can choose, and it will be shown over here. And as it is a plate is provided here, we can specify the washers, what type of washers, whether it is a narrow one, wide one, or, and it automatically gets to know, like if we create a bolt M16, it also gets captured here, or if you want to wish to change, we can do that one. We can have nut side washer as well, and we can specify the nut or double nut is also available. So this options and all, it's available where we can fine tune them. And this, it comes as a block if we check enable this option, so that it will be like an one single entity for us. So like this we can able to create, we can create these kinds of entities in DraftSight. So nevertheless, we can edit this. This is a parametric kind of thing. We can edit this information and we can change the options. Say for example, I've changed the length to 65, it gets automatically added to this one. So it is an parametric kind of thing. Fasteners and all, what we add, we can edit them. That is the main plus point in DraftSight, are the options. So now let me show you the other options. Like say for example, when we create the holes, again the creation time for hole, it is time consuming. So here we have complete information for creation of holes. Again, it is based on standard, type, and like countersink, true hole, tap hole, those informations we can automatically fill out, and automatically it gets when we specify a main diameter of the hole, it like angle bottom, what is the next side clearance, countersink, depth, angle and all captures automatically. Just we need to place it in the appropriate of particular views, that's it. Say for example, we got a couple of holes here, so there is a dedicated option called create hole table. So with this option enabled, we can specify, say for example, in this case I want to get all the hole information with respective to this coordinates, means the origin of that one. So with a couple of clicks I can get the whole tables done. So it has all the information, say with labels also added. Say for example, label A1, it will be available here, and what is the X coordinate, what is the Y coordinate is available here, and it will be listed in a table format, and it shows the true size and the description of that one. As this is a library feature, everything is tabulated into this format, and again we can edit this format for further usage. Down the line we can save this table as an Excel or .csv file format for other usages as well. So now let me show you one more cool feature and very useful feature for an organizations to generate a BOM. We do have an option called informative balloon creation option. Say for example, there is a balloon. We can specify where exactly we want to set this balloon, and we can give the BOM information, say for that as assembly name, item number, what is the part number, description, quantity. We can specify that. Say for example, I have completed couple of balloons added to this block. So when we give all this information, when we create the balloon, and we can extract the BOM, again with a single button click, BOM will be generated. It encapsulates all the information what we have given while creating the balloon is tabulated in this particular BOM. So we can add like again this BOM can be edited and it can be shared to .csv file format for further usage. So these are all the productivity tools that are available in the DraftSight. So this was about the DraftSight toolbox or mechanical toolbox. So like apart from that one, we have dedicated symbols for creation of revision, like surface finish symbols, different formats we do have, and it has dedicated min max values where we can specify and we can add it to our engineering data. Nevertheless, we do have welding symbols also, again based on the standards. It has all the informations for us to give a proper informations to all the parameters to be filled here. So like this, the balloons and the frames is also customizable. Say for example, again based on the standards, we can choose what type of size of frame we want, title block, and we can specify the scales and other options, and automatically it will be added to the table. So this was about the mechanical toolbox. So now let me show you the other option, other functionalities such as creation of blocks. So blocks is available like for like collection of objects or grouping of objects, but it has the other benefits such as creation, like creating the variations to our DWG drawing. Say for example, I have an particular piping model here. So I want to extend this particular model to particular length. Say for example, I need to extend till here, that is 250, or I need to extract to this. So like this, we can create a variations to our DWG drawings with this option called custom blocks or dynamic blocks, or visibility controls. I want to see the only front side view, or I want to see both front and side view. So like this, we can customize to the core. It has a dedicated window itself where we can control its activities, elements, and the display states, so that we can control. It's like an creation of configurations kind of thing, and we can reuse on any particular DWG files. Means to say, we can write this, we can save it as a W block, and we can reuse. And in your company or in your organization, if you're using existing dynamic blocks, again you can use it in DraftSight as well. There will be no problem at all. So that was about the dynamic blocks. So now let me showcase another key features, that is creation of the constraints. See, the DraftSight, we can create in dimensional constraints as well as the geometrical constraints. Say for example, we can specify a line to be horizontal. Once we create an drawing or element, we can choose like this, and we can specify the option, say coincident, collinear, or we can specify concentric, concentricity, tangency. So those kinds of geometrical and dimensional constraints options we can give. Even we can control with dimensional constraints as well. So on top of that, when I say it is 2D and 3D, so we can extract the 3D from this particular model. So just by switching to 3D modeling working environment, we can fine tune that, and we can specify the options. Say for example, it has all the options for creating this, say isometric view orientations and all. And when it comes to creation of pre models, like say box, pyramid, bridges, directly we can select the entity and we can specify the length, width, and the height. Or it might be a cone, or like sphere, cylinder. Those options are predefined. Just we need to input the data, the model will be ready for us in 3D. Whereas when we got a sketch and we need to extrude that, we do have certain options like push and pull or extrude options, where we can specify the thickness of that one and the model will be done for us. So like this we can have. And for more rendering kind of thing, we can change the view orientations to the shaded with edges or god or 3D wireframe hidden. Those options and all we can add over here. So we can create the named views, or like for different in the drawing sheet, front view, top view, right view, we can specify with the making use of the named views functionalities that is available in the DraftSight. So this was about the DraftSight, the key features what I talked about. So now let me go back to the presentations and we will see what is the additional capabilities we do get in DraftSight. The first thing, we talked about the DraftSight. So the DraftSight comes with additional capability that is called cloud data management and cloud lifecycle management. Say for example, so within the DraftSight, we call it as a 3D experience platform. With this platform, you can bring the data management to the CAD level itself. Means like in DraftSight itself, we can specify, we can push the data to the cloud platform and we can control its lifecycle management. As say for example, you can notice in the screen, model is there, that is DWG file is there, status of this one, whether it is saved to the platform or not, we can understand. And there is an, in the same kind of model, if multiple people are working in our organization, we can reserve this particular DWG file, so that the other person, when he tries to open, he'll be identified, it will be notified that another guy in the organization is working on this one. And we can control its revision status. Version controlling is also available in DraftSight now, where you can make use of this functionalities. And finally, we can specify the released states, like whether it is in approval state or whether it is released for manufacturing. Those kinds of lifecycle management activities we can perform in DraftSight now. So this we call it as an 3D experience DraftSight. It helps us for collaboration, task assignments and completions. Say for example, one data is done, there is an task assignment is, we can specify from the manager or from the team leads or your colleagues, and it comes with the Kanban style to do in work and completed, so that all the information for your design activities or day-to-day activities can be seen within the DraftSight itself, so that you'll understand what is the work I need to do and when exactly I need to complete this particular task. Those all the information you can access within the DraftSight user interface itself. So you will get instant productivity for less. Say for example, if you want to, you got a drawing, you need to see what and all the changes you want to bring to that one. You can do the markup within the DraftSight itself. You can round off the particular dimensions or the entity you need to create an different alter thing kind of thing. You can create an 2D and 3D markups within the DraftSight itself. So now before coming to this, I'll just want to highlight another key features that is available in the DraftSight. So that is creating the comparisons between the drawings. Say for example, we have created couple of drawings where we want to understand revision A and revision B, what and all the changes has been done. So for this, a dedicated tool we do have in DraftSight, that is called Draw Compare. We can browse a particular, means in this case we do have two different drawings, and automatically we will understand just by a click of a button. We'll get to know what and all the things added and what and all the things has been eliminated. Additionals and removals can be seen, and we can save this for further usage also. So this is one more cool feature we do have in DraftSight, that is called Draw Compare. So now apart from this one, once say for example you got an engineering drawing in a PDF format from your vendors, that is a PDF drawing, and you want to convert them into DWG. Instead of using an online converter and other medium, we won't get accurate results. Whereas DraftSight has done extensive R&D on this particular regards, and they have introduced the concept called convert PDF. Or with this option, we can import the PDF. Say for example, in this case, it might be a single clip, or it might be a multiple pages as well, not an issue. Just we can select multiple sheets where we can specify the insertion points, and we can control its scale over here itself. And with this option called intelligent recognitions or other, like it recognizes the draft site entity, and it means like PDF entities, and it gets converted to draft site entities in DWG format. We can maintain the line weight, even the text can also be converted. So we can choose what and all the options we can enable, so that at the time of conversions it will be helpful for us to understand which are the entities are are converted. So in this case, I've added a PDF with 2 sheets documents. So initially it will be a blocked entity. Just by pressing X, the model gets exploded, whereas we can select now within a shorter time and within the less number of clicks, our PDF drawing is successfully converted to DWG entity. So it recognizes the lines as an line, means like entity as an line, arcs, circles and splines, so that we can fine tune for further usage. And even the dimensions what we add, the text, it also gets converted to editable file format. Say for example, I can change the value over there. So like this, accurately you can get the results in less number of times and in less number of clicks with the tool called convert to PDF that is available in the DraftSight. So this was about the draw compare as well as the convert to PDF option that is available in DraftSight. Now let me switch back to the summary slide. So what we have seen so far, first thing is you might have a lot of questions, so I'll be clearing all this with this particular slide itself. First thing, DraftSight is familiar user interface and it requires very minimal learning curve. So all the commands and tools are self-explanatory, and it provides, if you are using any other CAD tool like CAD tools available, it means if you're used to that, within a day you can make use of DraftSight and you can start using that, because it has the usability factor or the commands located as well as the shortcuts what we use in DWG files. It is similar here also in DraftSight. And the second question is, it might be like reusing of the legacy data. Say for example, you got an DWG files that is dated back in 2007 and the latest version of DraftSight is 2023. If you want to open, yes, 100% you can open all the older versions of DWG files, and in DraftSight also there will be no compatibility issues at all. Even for that matter, you can downgrade, means you can save to the lowest version possible. Say 2000, you want to save to a 2018 version, 2007 version or 2014 version, you can do that with DraftSight. So there will be no problem with using the legacy data, and there will be no compatibility issues at all. And you can convert your ideas and documents into workable drawings with the help of image tracer. What I showed earlier, you can convert the images to DWG entity, and the same goes for your PDF drawings. PDF drawings also can be converted to workable DWG drawings with the help of DraftSight particular tools. And the next thing is handling the revisions and comparison of files. So this is a quite interesting tool that is called drawing compare. So we will end up creating multiple revisions drawings, and we wish to compare them side by side, and we want to understand clearly what and all the changes has been done in both, or we can make use of those features using the draw compare options. And apart from that one, it comes up with built-in mechanical toolbox. Right from all the packages of DraftSight, we can find this option. It includes all standard libraries of fasteners, that is holes, hardware components, and it comes up with screw connection options with creation of holes, title block creations, creation of BOM with attributed balloonings, those options and all, it's included in the mechanical toolbox. So repetitive task can be handled easily. So the repetitive, when I say this particular name, repetitive means like repetitive task. You can make use of the block functionalities or the custom block functionalities as well. You can make use of run and record macros. If you're doing an automations in 2WG drawings, or you're creating the same number of steps, you can create a macros and you can run that one. It goes for Lisp also. If you are using existing Lisp programs, you can bring that file and you can use it in DraftSight also. There will be no issues at all. And most importantly, it adheres to industry standards. So it might be a template creation, or it might be an mechanical toolbox fasteners, or in the drawings, like creation of drawing settings. You can make use of this. It adheres to industry standards. So finally, when it comes to the packaging, it has been packaged into two variations, that is Enterprise and Enterprise Plus. So the what is the main changes in Enterprise Plus is custom blocks. So that the dynamic blocks or custom blocks, what I showed earlier, like creation of variations to our DWG drawings, that is one that is will be available in Enterprise. And 2D geometrical and dimensional constraints, if you want to give to the engineering data, that is available in Enterprise Plus, along with 3D modeling capabilities. Apart from these three, what and all the other tools like power tools, image tracer, mechanical toolbox, PDF conversions, API, or Lisp programs, those options and all, it is included in the both variants. The best part of the DraftSight is it is a perpetual license, and if you wish, if you do have a term license also, you can save cost without compromising on technical capabilities. So these are our customers who have been actively using our solutions, that is DraftSight, in their day-to-day activities, in especially in design activities. So we do have from like global customers, like government agencies also using DraftSight now. There is a question from Sampath. Sir, like inserting PDF into DraftSight Profession is possible? So DraftSight comes in two variants, that is Enterprise and Enterprise Plus, that is perpetual model. In both the variants, the PDF inserting option is available, and you can convert them into editable DWG drawings. And there is one more question from Satish. What are the formats we can save? In DraftSight, we can save in first the DWG files and DXF file formats. And if it is a template, we can save it in .dwt template. And if you want to import any 3D models in the DraftSight, if you want to view them, you need to save in .ascii file or .scat file formats. For your question, the answer is DWG and DXF is the file format you can save. There is a question from Mr. NR. In BOM, how to list down size of material? Like you can specify, say for example, in that particular case, I'll show you. When it comes to the BOM, there is an interesting topic still we have. I'll just take another 2 minutes to explain. I'll answer that question, sir. There is one more question from Malika Arjun, sir, like explain about the printing sheets. So DraftSight has a dedicated option called printing. Let me show you that. So for example, we can print using the model space, or we can directly print through the sheet space also, where we can specify the options. We can customize what is the printer or plotter. We can choose the what is the paper size, say for example A4, A3, those options and all, it's available. And again, we can control like specifying the window options, all geometry, or we can specify with the help of window, and we can fine tune to which layout it should fit. And apart from that one, scaling option, if you want 1:1 drawing, we can just uncheck this. We can specify the scale, or we can enable fit to paper size, all the options. And when it comes to the printing style and all, say for example you want monochrome or less screening, means if you want lesser shades of the darker colors, we can specify those options, or grayscale kind of options also we can create. And it is not only a single print, we can do batch plot also. Batch plot is also available. X references is also included in the DraftSight in all the bundles. Same goes for the layout size also. For layout size also, we can configure a printing or a plotter setup for that also. There is one more question from Kumara Swami. Is there a library for electrical, sir? Electrical CAD. Sir, as of now, there is no dedicated electrical library, but we do have only the mechanical ones. There is a question from Mr. Palani, sir. Like, can we save the file into DXF format? Yes, 100% you can save. Let me show you that when we are saving this, we get an option. Like, we can save this to DWG, DXF, and a DWS, DWT, E.SHP file format. And when it comes to the lower version saving, 18, 2013, 10, 7, 2002, R4, that is the initial version of the DWG file, R12, R13, R14. Till this, we can save them. There is a question from Mr. Kumar Sumi. Can we create or add library? Yes, we can able to do the design libraries. We can create and we can reuse them. That option is also available. When it comes to the manage options, we can create the library and we can add them. There is a question converting the single line text to multi-line text. Yes, sir, we do have that option. Also, we can convert the single line text to multi-line text. Here it has been transformed as note and simple note, and we can have a curved based text also is available with this tool. And even we do have an option called multi-lines also. Like a multi-line is also a multi-line creation of lines, like 5 lines, 6 lines you want to create at a time. Those option is also included in the DraftSight, all the packages. There is a question from Mr. Murthy. Is there any integration between SolidWorks and DraftSight? Integration, it is available in the sense when you use a PDM, that is 3D experience DraftSight and 3D experience SolidWorks, all your data can be interchanged. You can real-time collaboration is possible, and you can make use of those functionality when both are connected to each other in cloud platform, that is 3D experience. There is a question from Mr. Like, can we insert image into the DraftSight drawing? Yes, you can able to insert the image and you can trace that out to DWG entities. There is a question again related to the BOM hardware options. DraftSight, we can add a specific hardware to the list. Yes, I'll answer to this question. There is a question from if available standard items 2D import like pillar, bush and spring. So in this one we do have only the fasteners library as of now. There is like we don't the libraries doesn't have the spring, bush, but we do have only the fastener ones. Shaktish Palani sir has asked, can we convert into PDF file? Yes, we can convert into PDF file. We can save in PDF file format also. So there is an question, what is the main plus point of DraftSight over AutoCAD? First important, very important question, that is, see the best to answer this one, we do have lot of additional options, not just creation of DWG entities. Along with that one, we do have an excellent features called image tracer, drawing compare, PDF for conversions, and best part, it is the license what you get is a perpetual one, means to say it is a non-expiring license. So that is the biggest plus point. And if you wish, you can connect them into cloud platform for your life cycle activities as well, collaboration and life cycle activities. There is a question from Mr. Ravindran. Is there a way to add our own menus and sell libraries? Yes, that option is again available. You can customize a particular menu and you can add across the workspace to this one. There is a question from Mr. Mallikarjun. Can I get this recorded session for reference? Yeah, like say after the end of the session, we'll be sharing you the feedback form along with the recorded session link so that you can access that. And if you want, we can come down to your place and we can specify a detailed demonstration at your place so that we'll have a complete information on that one. So there is a question from Mithun. Can we convert SolidWorks 3D model to 2D in DraftSight, and annotation if it is we can change the model in changes in 2D or not? So for example, for this, its SolidWorks 3D model should be saved as .sat file format first, then that particular file should be imported in DraftSight. And with the help of DraftSight layout space, in 3D modeling, as I showed you, there is a view configurations, like you can create front view, top view, and you can place it in different orientations in the drawing sheet. and later you need to manually provide the dimensions. There is no automatic dimensions available. You need to manually provide the dimensions for the each individual views. There is a possible you can use SOLIDWORKS 3D models that should be converted to SAT, and you can use it in DraftSight. There was the first question, the license is different for 3D modeling and DraftSight and annotation, please clarify. Sir, if you, as I told you, the DraftSight Enterprise and Enterprise Plus are the two different variations, where the 3D model, if you want to perform in DWG, it is available in the DraftSight Enterprise Plus version. In DraftSight Enterprise, there will be no 3D modeling capability. Only it will be available in Enterprise Plus version. So like if the questions are not answered, I'll look into that and I'll individually mail to you. So now let me go back to like I told you, there is one more thing is available in the DraftSight that is related to BOM. I'll just take you another 2 minutes. So what's next? See, we have understood DraftSight capabilities, the power of DraftSight, and we have seen the file saving formats, the macros capability, toolbox, fasteners and all. And what additional thing we get in DraftSight? See, we do have a DraftSight mechanical version separately that has been launched in this particular year in the January. So with this, we can create, there is a mechanical layer manager with, there is a construction line rectangular with dimensions. There is much more than that. There is a BOM, we can use part references. So whenever we create an DWG entity, we can specify a particular point on that particular entity. We can like a part BOM can be extracted, part list can be generated, additional information like miscellaneous objects can be added to the BOM. Those are options and all we do have in the DraftSight mechanical version. So this is our next webinar. We will be addressing this, that is DraftSight mechanical, where I'll showcase an hands-on session again similar to this and we'll explore together. So until then, hold back. I'll be sharing all the information regarding to this webinar in the next 2 hours. You will get the recorded session link also. So thank you all. Thank you for attending this webinar. It was very good. I'll go through again the questions and I'll individually reply to that so that you will get complete informations. And if you wish to have a dedicated session in your premise, just let us know. We'll come to your place and we will provide a dedicated demo to your organizations. So once again, thank you all. Thank you for this, for your time.